I was napping this one the other day. It had a crack in it right there. I don't know if I captured this big biface on video, but I'm going to capture the rest of it. Anyway, the inevitable happened and it cracked right in the middle. Excellent quality stuff though, so I was about to biface this down and I said to myself, one video per day is not enough, especially if I might be gone for a week. So here we go. I just finished napping this. This is my last one. This was a really freaking tough piece of raw chert. Hopefully this will be a little better experience. The little ones will get you because they're hard to grip onto. Where's my abrader? Alright, so I got a lot of Georgetown still. I think I might do some intricate points tomorrow. I'm starting to get burnt out on the bifaces for now. It's good to switch it up anyway. When it crushes like that on good material, that means I'm just not hitting it right. I was just hitting too inward. I'm going to try to swipe most of these hits. It sounded good, but didn't go anywhere. Oh, and lo and behold, I turned the right glove inside out, and it feels all right. It feels good. Now, hopefully I won't be swimming in sweat in here because the rubber is against the skin now, but I am really glad there's people smarter than me out there who recommended that. Jim, if you're there, probably watching, it worked. All right, so why will I be gone for a week? I'll be traveling next week. Most likely. Never know what could happen though. Never know. And it's good. I can just go with the flow these days. I don't have to move heaven and earth to do what I need to do anymore. I can just kind of go with the flow. I want to get good at this direct percussion stuff. I know, one direction only. It's aluminum. Very soft. It's alright. The only thing I worry about is the rock chips embedded in there. Yeah, I got an extra file anyway. It's a 2-for-1 sale, I think, last time I bought some tools. I don't know if that was the thing on sale. Yeah, better. Smoother is better. Okay, so that's yeah, it's good. Let's look at the other piece. Should I make something specific? Pacific? I don't know. Let's see. I got my list. I got my list in here somewhere. Why do I have it in a plastic bag? Because a lot of times I spill my coffee or my drinks on this stuff. I put my band-aids in the plastic bag. I put my notes in the plastic bag. Now these are my auction notes. Where's the to-do list? I try to keep everything in one spot. So I got everything in one spot. Now let me see. My notes, for topics, notes for projects. No to-do list. Where's my to-do list? Sorry, we're gonna pause for station identification here. Is this it? No. I wrote down a note, Greenfield, Missouri, no name nap-in. So if someone knows what that is, let me know. I'm trying to compile a list of nap-ins. Okay. Alright, so I try to keep everything in one spot, and I don't know where my to-do list, my card with my points to make. So you're out of luck. Out of luck. I'm getting tired, but I can still nap. Yeah, for you guys that are old enough, we used to watch TV and they would pause for station identification. Some of you guys don't know what that is. They would interrupt your show just to tell you what station you were tuned into, as if you didn't know. And yes, I watched some of my favorite shows in black and white, on a black and white TV, even though the show was in color. I had a black and white TV, or my mom did, when I was little. Okay, this is going well. Yep, smooth side. It helps when you have a nice material. So yeah, I think I'll make something out of this one. Let's see what was on that list. I know Hell Gap is on the list. I don't think this is long enough. I made the bell point already. Yeah, there's a funny named one on there. I can't remember. Well, see, I try to put everything in one spot. But for some reason, just checking to see if it blew away in the wind or something. It's been very windy today, but nope. I need to look at each and every card individually. It's got to be in there somewhere. Bring out the big guns with the indirect percussion with the very hard strikes and the blunt tip to get it thinned. Yeah, it's hard on this end and very soft on that end. Figures. This lighter stuff here is pretty good, but down here I can tell there's a difference. Alright, so okay, what am I doing? I don't have any really good opportunistic hits right now. So I just go around, knock off the weak spots, see if something develops. Let's see if anything develops. I can see some weak spots chipping away already. Alright, I want to get rid of that diving step fracture, so I think I'll hit it right there. I hit it very hard and it didn't go anywhere. Imagine that. Still didn't go anywhere. I'm gonna have to get that later. Yep. Ouch. Alright, here we go. What did it do? Oh, I know what it did. It went all the way around it without getting it. Funny how that works. Everywhere except that where I wanted it to go. If that happens to you, welcome to the club. Welcome. These platforms could be a little bit better. But, oh well. When you gotta do a bunch of bifacing, you don't really worry too much. You don't sweat the details. You don't take shortcuts, but you don't sweat the little bitty details. Yeah, this side's hard. Right there. Do I keep that in mind when I'm napping? Well, if you have a versatile material like steel, you don't have to keep it in mind too much. But if you have antler, yes, you need to keep that in mind, which side is tough and which side isn't. That way you can switch out your tool for a hammerstone, switch out your antler billet for a hammerstone, hit one end of the preform with the hammerstone and the other end with antler. You can do that. Or you can use a metal like copper or steel and you can hit anything. Aluminum is kind of like antler. Sometimes it will not power through the hard stuff. Aluminum is not really good for the hard stuff. If you want to remove, big flakes and just blast them off. I don't know how else to describe it, but you can blast off flakes with the steel or copper pretty easily. Like turtlebacks. Turtlebacks are hammerstone or hard metal territory. Okay. Yes, you can knock them off with a billet too. I prefer to knock off thick areas with hammerstone. Just FYI. Okay, so I'm taking off the weak areas, see what develops. See anything developing? Any good opportunistic platforms? I still want to get rid of that, but it's starting to become too flat. If it's too flat, then it starts to curve inward, and then we got a curve. We have a curve. We don't want a curve. We want straight preforms and bifaces. Very, very straight. Very, very pretty. So yeah, I didn't see any good opportunities, so I'm just going to thin the edge or regularize it. Thin it down a little bit where I need to. Yeah, it gets up to there, but doesn't go too far. That hurt. Let's see, what else? I'll try this. Did it do it? Sometimes it'll kick. You power right into the step fracture, and sometimes it'll kick out and it'll release not only this flake but another one if it doesn't overshoot. That's the danger. So even though I said it was getting too flat, I went ahead and did it anyway, just because it was a nice thick spot. I have room, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to shoot flakes this way and then back this way. If I'm not shifting this around too fast, I think you can see what I'm going to do. See how it's high right here? I'm going to shoot flakes there and then come back this way. Okay, let's see. Yes, the minimum number of flakes would be good. I don't want to strike too many times. Why? Because it just looks so much prettier with a few big bold flakes. Yes, I am doing it for aesthetics to some degree. Yes. But it's mainly so it'll be nice and smooth. There's no steps. The fewer number of flakes I take in the very advantageous places, the less chance of step fracturing. I'm going to get rid of that little fingernail. I can do it with this though. Let's see. With a spatula tool, you just sharpen it up, so it's like a knife edge. You can get under, and you can pop these out sometimes. But see those metal marks? That's the disadvantage of trying to do that, because if you're at the last stage and you do that, try to pop one of those out and you get these metal marks, it looks pretty bad. Okay, so I'll just hit a little flake into that area. Voila. Still got the metal marks, so there is that, but those will probably go away when I'm finished. When I'm finishing up. Okay, so I sent flakes in this way. I got rid of that roundness. Now I've got some roundness on this side that I can flake into. Hit that from the back. It's not going to be a flank attack, it's going to be a rear attack. But you can attack it from the flanks. Hit it dead on from the front. Like most attacks, frontal attack gets stopped in most cases. So sneak around to the rear. Alright. Much better. Much, much better. Okay. So at this point it's thinning and damage control at the same time. I think I can develop, just by knocking off weak areas, I can start seeing where some platforms are developing. I can hit that one and that one. They are not ideal, but you learn to hit not too hard on the less than ideal platforms. Not too hard on those less than ideal. And a lot of times those flakes will run just enough to do the damage control. Yeah, so you don't need to go too far. If those go too far, they dive. Right? That one almost went too far. This little base flake. Yeah, a little bit of damage control. Very nice. Come on. Stubborn. How do you get those out if it's the end of the game? Hit it with the abrader. Maybe you can take a flake and pop it out. Right? You guys out there that master this with flakes, you can try to pop these out with flakes. But as you can see, it doesn't always work. Some of you guys are going, I never had trouble with that. Yeah. Magic. It's magic that you never had trouble with it. It's funny how that works. Why do I not believe you? Okay. So yeah, this material, even though it's high quality, it is kind of steppy on the terminations. Alright, so at this stage, most points are about this thick anyway, so I don't need to do any more thinning. So I'm going to go around the edges, regularize it, make it look a little bit more shapely. A little more triangular instead of kind of bulgy. Make it more triangular with straighter edges. Although if I wanted to do a bell point right now, I'd stop this up here and just refine the base, and then put the notches in, and then finish up here on the upper part of the blade, if I wanted to do a bell with deep notches. But with this material, it would be not a fun time to do deep notches. This is not a good material for that stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that in for now. I'm not going to mess with that. Well, I could do this, the little flake tango, or whatever they call it. The thing with the flake. Yeah, I don't have much success with that technique. It just holds up everything. Put the damper on the progress. Now I forget where I was. What was I doing? Where was I? I was regularizing the edge and I rudely interrupted myself. Yeah, just make sure you don't get those at the end of the process. Yeah, easier said than done. But don't try to thin down a thin point. Once it's thin, you just stop and start working on the edges. Let's see, what do I make out of this? As I said, I was going to finish it out. I've got little arrowheads on my mind right now. I looked at a bunch of photos on the internet with the little bird points. Huge variety of bird point styles compared to the atlatl dart point styles. Okay, let me think here. Yeah, this is where I would stash it for later. But let's see. See what develops. Taking down all the weak areas. Okay, let me see. Well, I should work on the base because if I'm going to make something out of it, it's going to have some notches on the base. Okay, so I'm going to thin it down from the base into this nice smooth area. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Okay, one of the secrets of not messing it up is making sure the tool is clean. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a little steppy, but it's not bad, not bad. I can do the damage controls. There you go. If you can do one flake to take care of two things at once, it's really good. Damage control and thinning at the same time. It's nice. Very nice. And all I'm doing is hitting opportunistic platforms. Yep. Opportunistic. I got a crack in there. See that? That's from hitting very, very hard. All right, let's see. Damage control on that sort of thing is you just got to trim it out or run some thinning flakes over the top because it doesn't look like it's going all the way through yet. Yeah, I got to make sure it's right in the middle too. I'm going to have to make sure I get under it. We'll see what happens. I might have to take back that edge a lot. And did I put that crack in there? I probably did. With the very aggressive hits. Very aggressive percussion. And yes, the steel has something to do with it. It's not too bad. That crack right there. But it does go in a little ways. Alright, I'll finish on the next segment.